Hello, everyone. Hope that you're well. Sorry, one of my kids isn't very well today, so I'm away from school. I'm just going to record a translation for all of chapter 12, you lucky things. Ubi Aeneas finem dicendi facit. When Aeneas makes an end, dicendi. I know we've already done the first couple of paragraphs, but anyway, let's do it. When Aeneas makes an end of speaking, that's genitive. It's actually a gerund, which we won't learn for another 2 years. Omnes, all are sitting down silently. At last, Dido sends away the guests. Soon they are all sleeping, but Dido is not able dormire, infinitive, to sleep. Throughout the whole night, she turns over Aeneas. Remember, you've got to make Aeneam the object, the accusative of the sentence. So find the verb in any Latin sentence, subject, verb, object. You find the subject by finding the verb, in this case, volvit. You see it's third person singular, so you're looking for a nominative singular. There isn't one, so it's contained within the verb. Throughout the whole night, she turns over Aeneas and the suffering of the Trojans, genitive there, in her spirit or in her mind. Aeneas and the Trojans, after so many labours, are very tired. Placet, it is pleasing to them, dative pronoun. It is pleasing to them, manere, quiescere, infinitives, to stay in Libya and to rest. Meanwhile, Dido begins to love Aeneas. Aeneam, there's my rule again. Make sure, look, Aeneam spectat, subject, verb, object. First, find the subject through the verb, spectat, third person singular. That means you need a nominative singular. There isn't one, so it's contained in the verb. If it was first or second person singular, then you know it would be I see Aeneas always. But here it's she always sees Aeneas. She hears and sees Aeneas even when he is absent. Neque, and Aeneas does not reject the love of Dido. Didonis, genitive, third declension noun. Per totam hiemem, throughout all of winter, manet, she remains in Libya, ablative, and is that right? Yeah, and he helps, throughout all of winter, he stays in Libya and he helps Dido, Dum, while she builds the new city. Remember, this is why Aeneas is so envious, I suppose, of her success. She's already done what he's trying to do. But the king of the gods, genitive plural, Jupiter, looks down at Aeneas from the sky, lingering, present participle, accusative, in Libya, ablative. Iratus est, he is angry, because Aeneas, forgetful, fati, genitive, of his fate is remaining there. He calls Mercury, accused of there, find your subject, again in the verb. He calls Mercury messenger of the gods, and he says, E nunc, E, from the verb eo, I go. Eo, that was a weird eo. Eo, I go. It's the imperative singular. Ite, if you said go, plural, ite. Go now, Mercury, vocative there, he says. Fly, another imperative. Fly to Libya. Immediately order, another imperative, a tricolon of imperatives. Immediately order Aeneas to sail, infinitive, to Libya. Mercury prepares to carry out the orders, neuter plural, hence the A, patris, third declension genitive noun, of the god, of his father. He puts on his winged sandals and he flies down from the sky into Libya. He finds Aeneas building, present participle accusative, building a citadel. He goes up to him, a dative, and he says, listen to me, Aeneas. I am Mercury, messenger of the gods. Jupiter, king of men and father of gods, two genitives, sends me to you. He orders me to speak to you. Noli, imperative, negative. Don't linger, don't delay any longer in Libya, forgetful of your fate. Sail immediately to Julia and found a new Troy there. Aeneas, when he sees Mercury before his eyes and hears the warning of Jupiter, genitive, irregular genitive of the noun Jupiter, is terrified. He is not able to refuse the orders of the gods. He goes to his comrades and he orders them to prepare the ships. By now, all of Aeneas's comrades, by the way, are all quite ready to go, which is a bit sad because he's very lonely. Said Dido, but Dido has found out everything. She summons Aeneas and she says, Perfide, traitor, are you preparing silently to depart from my land? Ablative there. Do you thus reject, second person singular, present tense verb, do you thus reject my love? Do you thus leave me, morituram, about to die? She, deeply moved, he deeply moved. Remember, Aeneas does love her very much. He's not just ignoring her. He's not just sort of not caring about her. He hates having to leave her. He, deeply moved, says, Neque amorem tuem, I do not reject your love. And nor am I preparing to go away in secret or silently. But Jupiter himself orders me to seek Italy and to found a new Troy there. That will, of course, be Rome. I do not seek Italy sponte, willingly or of my own accord. of my own will, it says in the vocab next to it. Then indeed, ira, the anger of Dido grows. It's this argument here. He's saying the gods are telling me to do it. It's actually quite a Stoic argument if you know anything about that philosophy, which, to be fair, I don't think necessarily I've taught you, or so you shouldn't. But it's actually here the Stoic philosophy versus the Epicurean philosophy, which is that the gods aren't actually worried by kind of the mundane sort of human affairs. Ego, I do not keep you here. Go now, seek Italy, but I warn you, a dreadful punishment waits for you. Sooner or later, literally one day in the future, either I or my descendants, think Hannibal, think Carthage, the Punic Wars, the 3 Punic Wars, will exact revenge upon you. Thus she speaks, and she falls to the ground unconscious. I'm just going to very, very quickly whisk through the next bit as well. Aeneas, sad and upset, leaves Dido and returns to his comrades. He needs to carry out the orders deorum of the gods. The ships are ready the next day at first light, time when ablative, you haven't learned that yet. The Trojans cast off the ships. Dido, when the day comes, looks out towards the sea. She sees the ships of the Trojans, genitive plural, sailing present participle to Italy. She despairs. She orders the slaves to build a huge pyre. That's like a funeral pyre. It's like a big bonfire that corpses were put on. She climbs onto the pyre. She takes a sword and dum omnes. It's the idea that actually, do you remember we talked about sort of the love, the burning love that she has? She'll now be literally burnt. She climbs onto the pyre. She takes a sword. While everyone is looking terrified at her, transfigit pectus, she stabs her chest. Illy, they, when they see Dido dead, are greatly upset. Succedunt, they light the pyre. They mourn the queen. I left a bit beforehand. They mourn the queen, and sadly they light the funeral pyre. Smoke rises up to the sky. Meanwhile, Aeneas, while he sails through the sea, looks back at Libya. He sees the smoke rising into the sky. Present participle there. What do I see, he says. Why is the smoke thus rising to the sky, but he is not able to return? Sadly and anxiously, he makes for Italy. Well done, everyone. I'll see you all on Monday. Bye-bye.